The world is full of various buzzwords that sometimes it can be hard to really grasp the concepts that are being discussed. The busy schedule of life has made human beings to come up with a concept that can help them fit in. With the introduction of the computer and internet in Africa, e-learning tools and delivery methods expanded. Virtual learning environments have truly thrived, with people gaining access to a wealth of online information and e-learning opportunities. Universities already embrace the power of e-learning to deliver content to students all over the world, even for free. At a time in which universities are under great pressure to deliver education, combining technology with education is integral to coming up with a final product that will empower the educational institution, set it apart, and allow it to grow its student base worldwide. The introduction of e-learning, which also is known as virtual classrooms or distance learning, has been tapped by various learning institutions, Mount Kenya University included. For example, Mount Kenya University, which is a chartered university operating in Eastern Africa and which was registered in 2008, has campuses in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, Rwanda, and Somaliland. A visit at Mount Kenya University unravels when and why the private university embraced distance learning. For over 7 years, Mount Kenya University has been operating in Rwanda, offering various courses for day, evening, and distance learning students. Virtual Varsity, also known as e-learning, received a warm welcome in Kigali campus. Hundreds of students are using this platform in Kigali to gain knowledge because, as someone said, education is the road to success. A sample of some of the students who chose Virtual Varsity is Maureen Mutiso, a media personality in Rwanda, and Christine Mbabazi, a journalist by profession who now lives in Bangkok, Thailand. On my way to meet Maureen Mutiso, I enjoy the beautiful scenes and smooth roads of Kigali. This is Royal TV, which is affiliated with Mount Kenya University. As I pass through the gate of Royal TV, several questions about e-learning and media in Kigali lingers on my mind. Maureen Mutiso, who works with Royal TV, explains why she opted for e-learning.
I am a student at MKU, which before I was a daytime student, which I wouldn't make balancing work and being a student. So at some point I felt like dropping out, but dropping out was not the option. I opted to join virtual learning because it was flexible. I would say it was fair, and I would do my cuts. I would get my notes online.
So I asked her if there are any challenges of e-learning.
One of the biggest problems with online, it's commitment. You have to commit yourself, because if you're that kind of a person who doesn't like books, if you're that kind of a person who will not avail time to read, then trust me, the semester will end and you will not have studied anything. So if you don't get committed, if you don't discipline yourself, it's so hard to be a virtual student. The cards will be sent online. Everything is usually sent online, but when it comes to end term exam, you have to go to the class, you have to register as usual, you have to sit down like the other students, and you have to get paper, no Google, nothing.
This is Bangkok, Thailand. Meet Christine Babazi, a former radio presenter and a business lady who now lives in Bangkok. She expounds on why she joined Virtual Varsity.
Since we had to move to Thailand, I never stopped my studies. Thank God Mount Kenya had an option of online studying, which I took immediately. The benefit it's giving me, I'm managing myself, I'm managing how to learn, how to be disciplined online. E-learning has benefited, has given me is, it has sharpened my way of thinking. not depending on teachers all the time. I have to do my own research. We sit for exams. I'm considered a diaspora here in Thailand, and luckily there is an embassy, the Kenyan embassy in Bangkok, where I'm staying. It's like 15 minutes drive from here. So exams are usually sent to us online, and then we have a limited time to do them. That makes life easy because we have a supervisor at the embassy. We have to register beforehand, and then we have also a timetable guiding us. So it's much easier to do exams at the embassy. Basically, I don't need to travel back to Rwanda to sit for my exam.
I decided to pay a visit at Mount Kenya University Kichukiro campus, the School of Journalism and Mass Communication Department, to meet up with the coordinator.
E-learning was started in 2013 with the aim of making education more accessible.
What drove MKU to come up with that concept?
Yeah, MKU started with the aim of making higher education accessible to many people who wish to pursue higher education. Bearing in mind, we have many, the institutions of higher learning are not that many compared to the demand. Mm-hmm. So for the sake of, to make it more accessible, MKU started the virtual campus. And remember also, we say education is learner-centered. Mm-hmm. The factors we consider is the distance. Like for example, those who don't have time to who cannot manage to, or not necessarily even being very far. Some people, due to the nature of their work, they may not be able to be regular students in the evening or a weekend, and therefore we advise them to join. MIS system is a management information system, which is applied. I know there are various systems applied in various banks have their own, but now we have our unique MIS for our education programs, and I can take you through.
Mr. Mutwiri takes us through the MI system and shows us how the lecturers are able to access it and administer continuous assessment tests to virtual students. We are going to meet Mr. Yobes Makori. He is a lecturer at Mount Kenya University. As a lecturer, could you please tell us how you administer cards and even notes to virtual students?
We normally do it in such a way that it is very flexible to the student in most cases. The learning materials are normally sent to the student's portal. Even the cards are administered through the student's portal. Once you mark the assignment on the card, you send the marks to the student via website.
Mm-hmm. So there is no time maybe you meet up with the virtual students?
Okay. There is such a provision that one time or twice you are supposed to meet your students on face-to-face contact. But it becomes very difficult to meet such a condition because the reason as why most of the students normally resort to virtual learning is because they don't have time. So we find it somewhat difficult to meet the condition. But there is a professional requirement that one time you should meet your students face-to-face in class.
Do you think maybe in the future virtual learning might replace the physical classroom?
No way, because actually this is normally suitable for students who cannot manage to come to class. Mm-hmm. They want flexibility. But it cannot replace in a way. Although there's this what you call a modern technology where people don't want to come to class, but in most cases, I don't see the chances of being replacing physical class attendance.
This is Town Campus, where the virtual learning office is. I am here to get more information on how they operate. The assistant administrator of virtual learning takes us through the whole process for one to become a virtual student.
Je réponds au nom de Mouchagala Mugaboussien. Je suis assistant et coordinatrice de Virtual Kigali Campus Mount Kenya. Kwa kutumia virtual ni lazima ukamate registration. Unakamata inscription ku Mount Kenya University. Unaleta vifaa na stahili, diploma kwako. Wanaangalia madiploma kwako, Wakisha kuzikubali, ndio sasa pale unapata registration ya virtual. Unapasha kuwa na kompyuta, unapasha kuwa na network ya kwako. Ukishakuwa na computer network ya kwako, ni lazima tunakutraining kuhusu virtual. Juu virtual ina system inatumika na network. Unafungua browser, after kufungua browser unaweka www.mku.ac.ke. Unaingia kwenye enter. After enter, student service. Hapa kwa student service ni lazima tunapita mahali inaitwa student portal. Hii student portal hapa tunapasha weka password ya kwako, registration number ya kwako, tunaweka hapa ni password. After password tunaingia ku login. Hapa ku login tunakuregister, tunakupatia makosi. Tunakupatia course. After course tuna close, tunaingia ku sign out. Unakuja sehemu inaitwa e-learning service portal. Hii ndio fasi kwenye student anapasha enda kwa kutafuta manoti yake ya kusoma na kutafuta kati na assignment. Juu kwenye virtual tunakupatia kati na assignment unaifanya mahali kote kuna. Ila exam lazima unafanya exam hapa ku campus ya Mount Kenya. Hapo unaweka ni unatia students registration number. Password itaweza kuwa numero ya carte ya kwako, wala numero ya passport ya kwako, wala namba ya telefoni, wala jina fulani unataka. Unaweka hapa ku password. Hapa kwenye password unaingia ku login. Andikiwa my workspace. Hapa ndio kuko ma syllabus ya kwako ya kusoma. Utachukua moja kama hivi. Resource ni mahali kutatafuta syllabus ya kwako ya kusoma. Unaangalia mahali inaitwa MKU module. MKU module syllabus yetu iko PDF. Ni lazima mashini ya kwako iko na program ya PDF before u download hii note ya kwetu. Kwa kutafuta assignment na kati, unapasha ingia mahali inaitwa assignment. Unapasha ku-download, iko wait program, unadu ile assignment ya kwako, kisha unaingia mahali inaandikwa kusubmit, na submit kwa mwalimu wako. Mwalimu naye anakupatia alama kutoka Kenya.
The great Nelson Mandela said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Mount Kenya University has not been left behind because it's scaling the heights of education."